What's up, YouTube? You're watching Steel City MotoVlogs. I'm Derek T, and it is Saturday, June 24th. I just got home from out taking a ride, and I was thinking about some stuff while I was out on the road, and then I also had a conversation with a good friend of mine. You all may know him as the one and only Solo Black 313 from Detroit, Michigan. We were talking about content. We were talking about our channels, kind of exchanging war stories like we always do. And he said, Derek, I haven't seen you go camping in a while. And so I started thinking, yeah, I need to get back out on the camping scene. I haven't done that in 2023 yet. So today I kind of went through and I took an inventory of all my equipment. You know, it's kind of been sitting for a year since last summer, and I wanted to make sure that I had what I needed. And if I don't need it, you know, what do I need to go and get to make sure that I have a good experience. I do have to replace a few items, but then I got to digging around a little bit farther and farther, and I remember 2 years ago when I first started really kind of drawing interest, and I have a lot of you all out there, a lot of you professional moto campers to thank for the inspiration and everything else, but I also kind of blame you all a little bit for a few things, and so I want to get into that a little bit. I'm gonna have a little bit of sarcastic fun with you and everything else, but I'm not going to mention anybody by name, so you can relax on that. What I want to do is I want to go through this list of items that I have found over the last 2 years to be 100% useless in my camping adventures so far. I went out and bought these things because I was watching other videos and I was like, oh, I need one of those. Okay, oh, I need one of those. And come to find out, I don't need them at all because I have never ever used them. All right, and so one of the first things that I'm going to dig into this magic bag here and pull out is this. It's an inflatable pillow, I guess. I've never opened it beyond this, but I'm going to open it right now, right before it goes into another container that shall remain undisclosed at this time. Yes, this is an air pillow, and I guess you need a pump to be able. Now I do have a pump, but you got to pump this up. But tell me, is sleeping on an inflatable pillow really the way that you want to go? I don't know. I have a thing about pillows and the way that I sleep, and an inflatable pillow just would not be the trick for me. So while other people use it, and I don't blame you for using them, it packs down obviously very, very, very small. All right, yay. Listen, look at this machine behind me, and I also pull a trailer. I don't need a pillow that packs up to the size of George Jetson's briefcase here like he does his car. I'm dating myself. Anyway, inflatable pillows, not really my thing. Not really my thing. Here's also in the bag, it had 2 more inflatable pillows. This actually came with my air mattress as a set. And this is even worse because you got this classic here. You know, you got to blow this one up manually. Yeah, who wants to do that? Out of here with those. Completely useless items. All right, second item. Somebody tell me, what in the world do you do with one of these? Somebody said you cook with them. Okay, so I'm gonna go on and crack some. And mind you, this is stuff that I bought 2 years ago that has never seen the light of day. I put it in a storage container with all my other gear. Let's go in here. Okay, so it's a 2-piece cooking set here, and somehow you attach a handle to these, and I guess that helps you not burn your hands. Plastic measuring cups. What do you do with these? I don't know. I don't care. But I thought at the time, hey, everybody else had go-go gadget cooking devices, and so I said, well, let me get a go-go gadget cooking device. Speaking of gadget cooking devices, I do not own a jet boil and don't intend to. I'm not a coffee person. I don't know how many moto camping videos have I seen where people just have to have their coffee in the morning. I'm not a coffee person. I don't need a jet boil. Two things I don't eat. Two things I don't consume. One of those is coffee. The second thing is ramen. I'm not boiling noodles while I'm at the campsite. If you've seen any of my camping videos, I'm always lighting a fire and putting a piece of meat on the grill. So anyway, another set of useless items. Look, it still has some of the paper in it. Whatever. Back in the bag, this piece of useless equipment goes. By the way, if you want any of this stuff, reach out to me. Be glad to send it to you. All right. Third thing, I can't say that this item is 100% useless. I just haven't found the opportunity to use it yet. It's a solar shower. I guess you fill this thing up with water, sit it out in direct sunlight, let it heat up for hours and hours and hours while you're at the campground, and then when you're ready to set up your shower tent and everything else, you hang it up and go for what you know. Why have I never used this? Because at the campgrounds that I go to, they have shower facilities. And I think I would rather go inside of a building rather than inside of a tent to try to take a shower. So while I'm sure this works and could have some purpose, maybe sometime, maybe I'll hit a ground that doesn't have a shower facility and this might come in useful, but it's been in my storage for 2 years and yeah, never been used. All right. Here's something else. Speaking of things that I have not used, I can't say that this is 100% useless. It's just that I've never used it. I've actually stopped carrying it with me because it was just taking up space. Oh, let me turn that over. It's upside down. Anyway, I guess before I take it out, this is a butane stove. Can't say they're 100% useless. It's just, like I said, I've never used it before, but I have lit it before, so I know it does work. Maybe this year I'll get out and actually use this thing and cook on it. Like I said, I'm more inclined to grill food rather than cook it in a pot or a pan or whatever, just because it's kind of less dishes to be worried about and everything else. So I do have one of these, and maybe I'll use it, but maybe I won't. Who knows? It's gotten absolutely no use. I bought it 2 years ago thinking, oh, I gotta have one of those, and have never used it. All right, very, very last thing. And this is a tent. Now, when I first got inspired to go motocamping, I said, wow, I need a tent that's small that I can put on the bike. And then that idea quickly disintegrated when I got the trailer and I said, you know what, I want a bigger tent. This actually is a pretty cool tent. I actually have a video where I set this up. Let me see if I can drop a picture, at least of the thumbnail right there. And yeah, that video, I did actually set this tent up. It's a one-step setup, actually. It pops open, it's a pop-up tent. You don't have to do a whole lot of assembly and everything else. It has a rain fly, but it actually goes up very, very easily. I'm not going to set it up right now, but if you want to see me actually set it up, like I said, there's a video on the channel that you can go see this. It was a product review that I did, but I haven't actually used this tent out, and the reason why is because I simply prefer to have a bigger tent. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know this already about me, that I don't find it to be a very natural thing. The only thing I can do in my tent is to crawl around on my hands and knees and lay down, and that's about it. You know, who gets dressed, you know, in those kind of confinements? I don't. And so I very quickly abandoned this idea, and because I abandoned this idea, this tent has just kind of been sitting around. So I don't know, maybe one day I'll find some use for it, you know, maybe if I'm at a beach or something like that, but other than that, like I said, this has just kind of been sitting. So these are just a few things that, you know, when I got into the camping ideas, I said to myself, man, I got to go out and get those things. And actually, here we are about 2.5, 3 years later, and I didn't need any of the items that I just showed you. And so I'm more inclined to, when I need something, I'm more inclined to look around the house and see what I have at home rather than get on Amazon and buy a bunch of new stuff and it ends up sitting around. All right, so that's all of the stuff that I could think of that I could immediately put my hands on. Things that I found to be completely useless for me. Like I said, I thank you all for some of you all who have really inspired me to do the moto camping thing and kind of get out of my normal and get outside of the box. But I also blame some of you guys for me buying some of these kinds of things and not using them either because I just knew I needed them. Anyway, it's all love. It's all love. I just wanted to share those kind of things with you a little bit. What I'm going to do is the next video, I'm going to show you the things that I actually do take with me on a camping trip and the things that I have found useful. Some things I found useful and some things I found downright necessary. Won't leave home without them. And so we'll do that video for next time. Until then, I'm Derek T. Thanks for tuning in. This is Steel City MotoVlogs. You all take care of yourselves, and I will see you out on the road.